At number 4, meet Mandy, the doll whose eyes seem to follow your every move. Crafted in the early 20th century, Mandy is a porcelain doll with a haunting backstory that is as chilling as her gaze. Once owned by a family in rural British Columbia, her story begins with whispers of midnight disturbances. The family reported hearing the unsettling sound of a child crying in the night, a sound that ceased only after Mandy was removed from the home. Now residing in the Kennel Museum, Mandy continues to be a source of eerie occurrences. Museum staff often share tales of how they feel watched by her glassy eyes, which seem to pierce through to the observer's very soul. It's not just her gaze that unsettles, but also the inexplicable activities that surround her. Objects are frequently found misplaced in her vicinity, and some have reported the soft patter of footsteps in the gallery where she sits, suggesting that her presence is far from inanimate. Visitors and staff alike have reported that the atmosphere around Mandy is palpably different. Cameras malfunction in her presence, refusing to focus, as if she's manipulating the very air around her. Her influence appears to extend beyond mere physical disturbances. Some visitors leave feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness, while others report a sudden drop in temperature, making the hair on their necks stand on end. The lore of Mandy extends beyond the museum. She has been featured in various articles and paranormal studies, drawing the curiosity of ghost hunters and psychic investigators who are eager to uncover the truth behind her spectral reputation. They probe, they question, but Mandy keeps her secrets, her eyes following them as they move around her glass case, silent yet seemingly sentient. Mandy's unsettling presence continues to both fascinate and frighten visitors, making her our number 5. Sailing into number 3, the haunted sailor doll named Sam. Imagine a doll, not just any doll, but one dressed in a crisp sailor's outfit, complete with a cap and shiny brass buttons. Its name is Sam, and unlike the typical cherubic dolls that fill the shelves of children's stores, Sam carries with him a tale that chills the spine. This isn't just a toy, it's a vessel of unexplained phenomena and a beacon for the supernatural. The origins of Sam trace back to the early 1900s. Owned initially by a sea captain whose love life was as turbulent as the ocean he traversed. Legend has it that a heartbroken lover, scorned and seething with resentment, cursed this doll in revenge, hoping to torment the captain. From that moment, Sam ceased to be just fabric and thread. He became a repository of a potent curse. As Sam changed hands over the decades, each owner reported eerie occurrences that would make even the most skeptical raise an eyebrow. Imagine sitting in your living room, the air still, the night quiet. Suddenly, a chill sweeps through the room, the temperature drops precipitously, and the faint smell of salt water fills the air. This has been the unnerving experience of many who have dared to keep Sam in their homes. Owners have whispered tales of seeing ghostly figures in maritime attire, spectral sailors doomed to an ethereal ship, forever sailing in the netherworld. These apparitions appear briefly, often just at the edge of vision, and are accompanied by a sudden coldness that vanishes as quickly as it comes. The most chilling account came from a family living near the coast. They reported that during stormy nights, Sam seemed to resonate with the tempest outside. The doll's eyes, they claimed, would glisten as if wet with ocean spray, and faint, distant shanties could be heard emanating from its vicinity. With a curse as deep as the ocean, Sam's story makes him a chilling entry on our list. At number 2, is there anything more chilling than the sound of laughter where there should be none? Imagine a simple, unassuming Raggedy Ann doll with button eyes and a triangle nose. A common sight in many American households. But this is no ordinary toy. This is Annabelle, enveloped in tales so chilling they've seeped into the seams of her faded fabric. Possessed by what many believe to be a malevolent spirit, Annabelle's story is not for the faint of heart. Housed within the foreboding walls of the Warrens Occult Museum in Connecticut, Annabelle sits encased in a glass box, her placid face belying the darkness that lurks within. A stark warning on her case reads, "Positively do not open." It's a grim reminder that sometimes the things we cannot see are the most terrifying of all. The story of Annabelle begins in the early 70s, gifted to a nursing student who soon noticed alarming phenomena. The doll seemingly moved on its own, scribbled messages of distress, and is even said to have attacked a visiting friend, leaving claw marks on his chest. These incidents prompted the intervention of famed paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. who concluded that the doll was manipulated by an inhuman spirit. Over the years, Annabelle's sinister aura has not diminished. Museum staff whisper of her escaping her confines, only to be found in different positions within her locked case. Visitors report feelings of overwhelming dread, and some have even claimed to experience terrifying visions after gazing into her lifeless eyes. In the realm where the supernatural meets the tangible, Annabelle represents a nexus of unexplained phenomena and pure terror. Her very presence challenges our understanding of the material world and invites us to consider the existence of realms beyond our own. Annabelle's reign of terror earns her a notorious spot in our countdown. Number 1 brings us the unsettling smile of Peggy the doll. Peggy isn't just any doll. She's a vintage enigma wrapped in the faded dresses of yesteryears, with eyes that seem to pierce through to the very soul. Her origins are shrouded in mystery, but it's the tales of her effects on the living that truly chill the bone. Reports have swirled around Peggy, causing nausea, headaches, and even heart attacks among those who merely glance at her image, let alone those who stand in her presence. What is it about Peggy that unsettles so many? Some say it's her eyes, others insist it's the ever-present eerie smile, the painted grin that never fades. This grin, seemingly innocent, has been at the center of numerous investigations by paranormal experts. These specialists have tried to unravel the threads of energy surrounding her, using everything from EMF meters to psychic readings, attempting to understand if Peggy is merely a conduit for something far more sinister. The internet is rife with videos documenting Peggy's influence. Skeptics and believers alike have ventured to capture her movements, the sudden temperature drops, and the inexplicable electronic disturbances that seem to occur in her vicinity. Each piece of footage adds to the lore, building a tapestry of terror that is as fascinating as it is horrifying. Interestingly, despite the unsettling experiences many have reported, Peggy continues to be a subject of allure. Is it human curiosity or something more that draws people to her? This question remains unanswered, as does the true extent of Peggy's reach into the supernatural. As we delve deeper into the world of haunted dolls, Peggy stands out not just for the breadth of her supposed powers but for the visceral reactions she evokes. It's a chilling reminder of the thin veil between our world and that which we cannot explain. Peggy's painted grin hides secrets that some say are better left undiscovered. These dolls remind us that sometimes the most terrifying tales are not those of monsters and mayhem, but of the toys that watch us from the shadows. Sleep tight.